When I was 4 years old, I was molested by some older kids, the preschool I went to. That f***ed me up well into my late 20s. Boundaries were never really modeled for me. My perception of healthy sexuality was distorted with shame. I sought validation outside of relationships because I had no self-worth or respect for my body. I needed help. I needed therapy. I needed to heal. I needed to understand why I was sabotaging myself with behaviors. I needed to understand one very important concept. That concept was ownership. I had to own the behaviors I was exhibiting. I had to own my self-work and healing. I had to take that finger that I was pointing at everyone else around me, and I had to point it at myself. Nobody wants to do that because it's hard. Blame is easy. Accountability is hard. There's a fine line between introspection and self-obsession. We can work on ourselves and heal and not do that at the expense of others. I also had to learn that just because I experienced an unfortunate event as a child, that didn't excuse my behavior. We've all experienced some rough stuff, some of us more than others. That's life. But to use our trauma or negative experiences as an excuse to perpetuate behavior is just unproductive. That will keep us stuck. There comes a time when you have to stop identifying as a victim and start taking ownership for the trajectory of your life. Do the introspection, do the healing, unearth the roots of the behavior as a means to understand self. But at some point you have to cut the script that says, I do this toxic thing because something happened to me. How long is that going to be the script? I do X toxic thing to myself or others because Y past event. How long is that going to be your story? This isn't to say that our past doesn't shape us and mold us. Of course it does. But it doesn't define our present or future identity and resulting behavior. Neuroplasticity, powerful. It's real. It just takes repetition. Self-identity is one of the world's most powerful aspects of behavior modification. A lot of you come to this program with language that keeps you stuck. I'm a binge eater. I've always been fat. I'll always be fat. I have a sweets problem. I'm not a gym person. I'm a bad mom. I never put myself first. I am is one of the most powerful self-identifying statements you can make. You are whatever you say you are. You do whatever you say you do. When I was doing a 180 with my life, my internal script was, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a bad person. I'm a bad partner. I'm unworthy of love. I'm always going to be like this. A cheater, a liar, a manipulator. And other people said those things to me as well. People that I hurt with that behavior. And I adopted that as my story. Whenever someone would compliment me, I would counter with a self-deprecating comment out of habit. That kind of behavior is keeping you stuck. Quite simply, ladies, you are whatever you say you are. Every millionaire said, I'm a millionaire, before they were a millionaire. You embody what you want on the way to being that thing. You embody what you believe. So I had to flip that language. I had to repetitively speak kindly to and about myself. I'm a good person. I'm integral. I'm the kind of man that tells the truth even when it hurts. I'm financially secure. I love who I am. I do not need to do X, Y, Z to feel validated. Who I am is worthy of love. And I didn't believe it at first. But over time, my actions mirrored my identity because our mind is a sentry, constantly looking for confirmation of our thoughts and our beliefs. As an anxious attachment style, I would also seek out partners who were avoidant and confirm my internal beliefs that I was unworthy of love. When I shifted this language, it abruptly stops that shit. Now I attract healthier people. This is so powerful that it will affect the world around you. Sick attracts sick, and either both heal or one leaves. Sick attracts sick, and either both heal or one heals and leaves. So if you're used to a negative or self-abusive identity, be ready for how a healthier you repels those who are obsessed with victimhood and who are allergic to ownership. I am the problem is such a freeing statement. Admitting you're the problem does not make you a bad person or defective. That's what we believe, right? As soon as we admit we're a bad person, it's like, oh, I'm defective. We're all a little f***ed up, okay? Anyone who acts otherwise is just gonna let you know 6 months into the relationship, okay? I am the problem gives way to I am the solution. You can blame your trauma, your parents, your genetics, your circumstances, your kids, your job. You can literally run that play the rest of your life. Guess what? Nothing will change. That's the easy route. 90% of society takes that route. And the government and media support it because it keeps you dependent on some invisible, imaginary source of salvation. It's not your fault. You're a victim. AKA, you need a savior. You need a rescuer, and you don't have to change. The reality is, nobody is coming to save you. Not a man, not the government, not Santa Claus, not Patrick Swayze, not Liam Neeson. Nobody's going to change your life or make it easier. But changing yourself is a hell of a lot easier than changing the rest of the world. Changing yourself is also an inside job, and it starts with your self-identity. And the reason it's so hard is because it's ingrained. You've repeated a story, it's become your beliefs, and now you just need to repeat a different story that puts you in the driver's seat instead of the trunk while your mind drives off a cliff over and over. Beliefs are just thoughts that stuck around for too long. This is the real reason why meditation is popularized. It's not because it takes you to airy fairyland and life magically changes because you sit in silence. Sitting in silence does, however, give your brain the opportunity to cultivate a different script that gets you out of the victim hole. Deleting distractions gives space for you to take new actions, birthed by these new thoughts. These new actions will finally get you to a new place in life. Picture your reality as like a viewfinder, a projection. Your beliefs and thoughts are the film for the projector that plays the movie from your eyeballs into the screen of life in front of you. If you don't breathe and sit in silence, the guy working the projector can't change the film. He just keeps working, and he's underpaid, so he's pissed. But every time you sit in silence and you cultivate mindfulness, it's like giving him a tip. And over time, it's way easier for him to change that film. And some of y'all got some dusty ass film, and it's been playing the same old movie for years, and that's what brought you here. So tactically, changing your environment will make all this easier. Give yourself a fighting chance by choosing you before choosing everyone else, and wake up 5 to 10 minutes earlier to have some time and space to sit in silence while you drink your coffee. Nobody gets you until you get you. I am mine before anyone else's. Those of you who have been in the program a while now have heard me say that several times, but that is a mantra, ladies, that will free you from this victimhood. I am mine before anyone else's.